Hello and welcome to Bloke on the Range. So a quick update on the cam situation since I filmed the main video on it. So Ursa Waffenglauser in Arberg has made me a wrench so that I can take the barrel nut out. The stock I took up to Mechaplex in Grenchen and they did an excellent job filling that crack. If you remember, there was a manufacturing flaw along that line, and frankly they've done such a good job there that if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. Very, very reasonable price. Cost me 100 francs including getting it shipped back to me. Really, really happy with that. And BMS were also so kind as to send me a couple of bolt stops. Now, let us look at that. Now, if you remember, I said that, there you go, that the bolt stop gave out like that and will cause the bolt to hit me in the face if worked in a soldierly fashion. And you can see here that there's so much slop in that that it's easy, once it's drawn a burr on the top, to get in the wrong orientation. Of course, I can't do it again now, and it will fly out. So what we're going to do is try a new one. He also sent me a heavier spring to try as well, but I'm disinclined. The problem I think here is that there's just so much play. Look at all that. It's just not, the bolt stop's just not being positively maintained in its seat. But it was very kind of him to send me a couple of extras. So let's pop the pins out and have a look. So I'll pop this pin out. It's difficult to do on camera. There we go, pin out, and then the whole trigger mechanism pops off, and you can see how it works. It's actually quite simple, but it's kind of bulky. So that's the foobarred one. Where are we? And if I zoom right in, you can see here the burr that's been drawn. Now, he's given me two, one of which has a similar top profile and the other of which is flat. So I suspect they're the same, but I'm just going to grab a micrometer and check. So the one it came with is 9.3. The beveled one he sent me is 9.1. I think that's probably not going to work. And then this flat-topped one is 9.25, but it's flat. So let's try this one. So the spring goes in that housing there and just bears on the underside, and then we clip that all in like that. Find the hole like that. Oh, that feels a lot more solid. A lot more solid. So right, I see immediately that that's not flopping around. I think that, click. I think that is going to be more like it. So I think we can now put this back together as intended. So, complete lack of recoil lug does bemuse me slightly. anti-shake washers. When you're mucking around in the bedding, it's always good to tighten the screws up evenly. Don't just cinch one up all the way, because if anything goes in squiffy, you're not going to do yourself any favours. And I know the screwdriver is a bit small, but it has to go through this hole. I think I had a bigger one last time, but I can't find it. So, generally cinch these up tight. And in a 2-screw system like this screw wants to be quite tight, and the one at the back doesn't necessarily have to be quite as tight. But we shall see. That seems good. And on the glass bedding, what you can actually do is drop the rifle on its butt a few times, just to settle it back in as if it's recoiling, and then check your tight. And there we have it. This is now, as it should, have arrived in my hands in the first place, I reckon. So, there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Please consider supporting us on Patreon, and see you again sometime. Bye.